Welcome to Contemporary Philippine Arts in the Regions once more, my dear students. Please allow me to congratulate you on your fantastic work and thank you for taking the time to review the prior lesson at our last meeting. You can continue to encourage your family by achieving your life goals. Let's move on to our next subject, which is visual arts. Our mind is the most powerful organ in our body, and when it's good in shape, we can achieve anything. Regardless of the situation, we must maintain our composure and carry on with our lives. Our ability to study, appreciate, and create meaningful things is influenced by our intellect. As a result, you have the capacity and motivation to succeed in school. It is entirely up to you to achieve academic success. So, this module is intended to provide the students with the core concepts, abilities, and competencies they will need in real world situations. The teachings and activities in this module are centered on abilities and responsibilities that are relevant in the 21st century. We have our objectives. So, in this lesson, the students are expected to define painting as a visual art, determine the functions, media, and components of painting, assesses the aspects and principles of current visual art forms. Class, listen. Please prepare your one whole sheet of pad paper for your pretest. So choose the letter of the correct answer. So I will check your answer in your Google Classroom, but be sure to answer first this one. So this is your pretest. First question. The blank is the actual film forming component of paint. A. Pigment. B. Binder. C. Solvent. D. Painting. Number two, it is the application of paint, pigments, color, or other medium to a surface. A. Painting. B. Sculpture. C. Architecture. D. Film. Number three, class. This is used exclusively on plaster, walls, and ceilings. A. Watercolor. B. Oil paint. C. Fresco. D. Acrylic. Number four. The following are types of distances except A. Long ground. B. Foreground. C. Background. D. Middle ground. Number five. The painting Antipolo Fiesta was a creation of this national artist. A. Juan Luna. B. Carlos Francisco. C. Napoleon Abueva. D. Fernando Amorsolo. Okay? Okay, class, let's move on to our new lesson, which is the visual arts. First class is the painting. What is painting all about? The application of paint, pigment, color, or another substance to a surface is known as painting. It is the skill of using pigments to create meaningful effects on a flat surface. Painting employs a variety of media. Each medium has a distinct impact on the final work, may be treated in a variety of ways, and has its own distinctive stroke. Brushes are frequently employed to apply the medium to the base, but knives, sponges, and airbrushes can also be utilized. Painting refers to both the act and the outcome of an action in art. Paintings may be supported by walls, paper, canvas, wood, glass, lacquer, clay, lift, leaf, copper, or concrete, and may include sand, clay, paper, and gold leaf, among other materials. There are functions of painting class. The functions of painting has evolved over time. They let us know the way of living of the early times through their drawing. This is one reason why we can see paintings displayed in museum because of their historical value. Nowadays, paintings serve a different purpose. Artists continuously create paintings to symbolize present situations. Even still life paintings are considered art because a part of the artist persona will certainly remain. Paintings bring a different effect on the atmosphere of the room where it is decorated. They are always thought to be elegant pieces of artwork, and this image of sophistication rebounds to the room as well. For those who do not know how much about art settle with replicas of renowned paintings. The perfect paintings are those that resonate into our heart, mind, and emotions once we see them. These impacts to us simply mean we feel and understand what the painter is trying to convey and resembles part of our personality. Example ay yung canvas ng lipunan. Pag um, search niyan sa Google, yung canvas ng lipunan, tinularan nila yung The Last Supper of Jesus Christ. Pero ang nakadrawing doon ay mga bata na nagugutom, pero nandun sila sa hapagkainan. You kindly search that in the Google for your reflection. That is example. C. Painting media. There are six major painting media, each with specific individual characteristics. All of them use the following three basic ingredients. Pigments are granular solids incorporated into the paint to contribute color. The binder is the actual film-forming component of paint. The binder holds the pigment until it's ready to be dispersed into the surface. The solvent, also called the vehicle, controls the flow and application of the paint. It's mixed into the paint, usually with a brush, to dilute it to the proper viscosity or thickness before it's applied to the surface. Once the solvent has evaporated from the surface, the remaining paint is fixed there. Solvents range from water to oil-based products like linseed oil and mineral spirits. Number one, encaustic paint mixes dry pigment with a heated beeswax binder. So the mixture is then brushed or spread across a support surface. Tempera paint combines pigment with an egg yolk binder, then thinned and released with water. It dries quickly to a durable matte finish. Fresco painting is used exclusively on plaster walls and ceilings. The medium of fresco has been used for thousands of years, but it's most associated with its use in Christian images during the Renaissance period in Europe. Oil paint is the most versatile of all the painting media. It uses pigment mixed with a binder of linseed oil. Linseed oil can also be used as the vehicle along with mineral spirits or turpentine. Acrylic paint was developed in the 1950s and became an alternative to oils. Pigment is suspended in an acrylic polymer emulsion binder and uses water as the vehicle. The acrylic polymer has a characteristics like rubber or plastic. Watercolor is the most sensitive of the painting media. It reacts to the lightest touch of the artist and can become an overworked mess in a moment. Okay, assignment class. Please add this in your activity. Give at least one example for painting media from 1 to 6 and give each one example and then a picture, provide with a picture. So listen again, may I repeat? Give at least one example of painting media. There are six, so means to say there are six examples and then provide picture for your assignment. That is additional. Let's proceed to the elements of painting. Painting can be analyzed by considering a variety of aspects of it individually. These aspects are often called the elements of painting. Here are some elements of painting that are used by artists working in various media. Number one is distance. There are three distances to look for in a painting. First, foreground, background, middle ground. Pero ang pop common sa atin na sinasabi, background. May foreground at middle ground pala, class. Number two, the color. So color has three main characteristics. Hue, the name of any color as found in its pure state in the spectrum or rainbow, or that aspect of any color. Pag nakikita natin ang rainbow, yun na ang hue. Value, it refers to the brightness or darkness of a color. Intensity, the brightness or dullness of color. Okay? Pag hue, napakagandang tingnan ng rainbow. Sa value naman, color black and white. Intensity, yung brightness and dullness. Pag dullness of color, hindi maintindihan. Ang pangit, minsan. Number three, light. Light affects the color of the subject and objects in the painting. Look real and solid if the artist shows the way light falls on them. The use of light and darkness also conveys particular modes in a painting. Number three, artists use various types of lines to express the ideas and feelings in their paintings. In painting, the term line can refer to the identifiable path created by a point moving in a space. It is one-dimensional and can vary in width, direction, and length. Lines often define the edges of a form. Lines can be horizontal, vertical, or diagonal, straight or curved, thick or thin. They lead your eye around the composition and can communicate information, though their character and direction. So in color class, in elements of painting, napaka-importante ang distance. Pag tinitingnan natin ang painting sa malayuan, yung background niya, middle ground niya, pag maganda ang background nito, na hi-hypnotize tayo or nakaka-capture ang attention natin. Yung color naman, napaka-importante ang color sa painting class. You need to put color in each painting so that we can show the beauty of a painting so that people will come and see our artwork. That is our goal. We need to inspire people by putting some colors to convince and attract people in our painting. So in light effect naman, it's important to know the light effect. May dark, may light, yan. So yung light effect, napaka-importante yung liwanag. So in line, napaka-importante yan yung line na yan. Because you can use the line so that we can put good measurement of our painting naman. So let's proceed to shape and form. Geometric shape include mathematical named shapes such as squares, rectangles, circles, cubes, spheres, and cones. Organic shapes and form Organic shapes are often found in nature, but man-made shapes can also imitate organic form. Yung mga natural na formation dito sa na nakikita natin sa ating surroundings. For example, there are mountains. What are the shapes of those mountains? If we're, yung mga yung river, straight ba yan, curve, circle, cubes, and so on, and other natural resources that can uh, show the shape and form of visual art. Space, the area around the primary objects in a work of art is known as negative space, while the space occupied by the primary objects is known as positive space. Okay, yung space niyan, pag nagpipaint tayo, ano ba yung space? Maliit ba ang space? Malaki ba ang space? Napaka-importante, you need to consider that. Kasi pag hindi natin mini-measure ang space, tinitingnan ng space, baka hindi natin magawang maigi ang painting natin, ang visual art natin. Baka napakapangit ang resulta. Baka pag napakaliit ang space, baka ang ipipaint mo ay napakalaki, kulang na ang material. So you need to consider that one once you're going to have a painting activity. So the composition, artists seriously plan how they will arrange elements like color, line, and shapes in their paintings. This is called composition, which help to draw the viewer's eyes into the picture and guides him, her as she walks through the painting. So yung composition nung visual art na ginawa natin, maganda ba? Yung kahihinatnan nito, maganda ba ang resulta nito? Okay? Perspective means viewpoint or vantage point. In visual art, it has to do with how much and or how well a work of art tries to show three-dimensionality. Through perspective, artist conveys three-dimensional space. The viewpoint, vantage point. Ano ba yung nung uh, idea mo, insights mo about that painting? Maganda ba yung meaning nito sa atin? Para pag tinitingnan na ng mga tao, maganda ba? Okay? So, pag kasi yung meaning ang pinag-uusapan sa isang painting, napaka-importante yan. Kasi it can give a reflection to the people. It can give a lesson to the people. Texture is the surface quality of a shape, rough, smooth, soft, hard, glossy, etc. Texture can be physical or visual. All objects have a physical texture. Yeah. Ang dami-daming mga texture yan. Rough ba yan? Smooth ba yan? Ayan. Soft ba yan? And so on. Symbols. A symbol can be defined as something which has a special meaning or a special message. Artists use symbols to express such as ideas as life, death, hope, and faith in God. So yung mga painting niyan, may mga nilalagay na symbols. For example, yung the Passion of Christ. Ano yung symbol doon? Yung cross. Then they will painted that one. Ang pag na-paint na, natapos yung painting, nakahang, Jesus Christ hanged on the cross. They crossed him. And then, ayun, pag tinitingnan natin, Jesus sacrificed His life for the sinners like us. We are all sinners. The symbol there is He is the Son of God, and He is the ransom for our sin. We have also known paintings in the Philippines. Okay, yung First Mass at Limasawa by Carlos Botong Francisco. When the Spaniard came to Limasawa, and then they introduced Christianity to the Muslim people. And then some Muslim people embrace it. And then now, Christian is the largest Christian, Philippines is the most Christianized country in Asia. Okay? So we have Antipola Fiesta by Fernando Amorsolo. Mga, di ba, we have In the Philippines, we are fun and we love fiesta, festivals in Philippines. We are eating with each other, sharing and then laughing with each other once. Like for example, in the Olalim Festival in the Philippines, people are doing the cultural dances, and then we are very proud to show to the world that um, uh, we are Ikalingas. We have also Spoliarium by Juan Luna. And this is the time when uh, the Spaniard colonized Philippines and then they persecute us for how many years? 333 years. Uh, through Juan Luna. This is one of the most expensive painting in the world. Okay? Spoliarium. We have also Celebration uh, Paint by Jose Joya. Uh, napaka he applied colors and so on. Pag tinitingnan natin yan, ano bang ibig sabihin yan? Celebration na yan. uh, Philippines, we are known to be the most happiest country in the world. So we need to continue this kind of celebration towards us as Filipinos. Now, plus, in your activity, in this module, the different painting media are discussed. Give at least one painting that you know and place it according to its medium. Okay? Famous painting in the Philippines or in the world. Example, encaustic paint, tempera paint, fresco painting, oil paint, acrylic paint, and watercolor. Please give at least one example famous painting in the Philippines or in the world. Okay? But I am uh, suggesting or ano yung tawag doon? May I suggest that please uh, ang priority nyo sana na tingnan ay yung painting in the Philippines para makita natin yung mga magagandang painting sa Pilipinas. We have also activities here, just like in your previous module, what you know, what you want, and what you learned. Okay? What do I already know about this topic? What do I want to learn about this topic? What did I learn about this topic? Okay? And then, next one uh, is the most sensitive of this question plus um, the identify what is being defined or asked in the following statements. Choose the letter of your answer from the table below. So I provided already the key answers here and then analyze what is asked. Okay? Number one is the most sensitive of the painting media. Antipolo Fiesta was a creation of this famous national artist. Number three, this refers to the identifiable path created by a point moving in a space. Number four is the nickname of the national artist Carlos Francisco. Five, spoliarium was a creation of this famous national artist. Blank is the application of paint, pigment, color, etc. to a surface. Are granular solids incorporated into the paint to contribute color? Refers to the brightness or darkness of color. Number nine, the most versatile of all the painting media is blank. 10. First Mass at Limasawas was a creation of this famous national artist. Okay, class, thank you for listening and please do your activity and submit it on time. God bless us all, class.